When you do that. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Soul Tribe. And Mom. My mom's watching today
cool.
again.
Hi, Mary. It's so awesome that she's watching.
I know, isn't that so cool? I love that. All right. Today is a great day because
in the neighborhood.
It is. It is our anniversary month.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
it was the
is.
25th.
Yes, of October. So it's really cool. It's really special, actually, because it's 14 years this year that we've been doing sessions that Angus has been coming through Vera to communicate with us. How cool is that?
Yeah. And that rose is from Angus right there.
Yes. How cool is that?
Yeah. And that rose is from Angus right there.
Isn't that sweet? Yeah. It's from Angus for our anniversary, and then these are from him too, because it reminds me of Forget-Me-Nots. So that's why we chose this picture today. Is because even though we can't see our guides, and like with Angus, he's a master teacher and he watches over guides, and like with Angus, he's a master teacher and he watches over Soul's Enlightenment and many of us that are in our soul tribe, and Vera and I and everything. So even though we can't see him, he's always there. So not to forget.
Exactly.
Always there to ask for help.
How can we forget? Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Sammy. All right.
My book just broke.
Okay. So Vera, do we have any new things that we want to tell everybody?
Well, it's Breast Cancer Month.
Oh gosh.
Well, we can end on that one. I mean, well, we could start now.
I just really want to tell you guys how grateful. I'm so grateful to you, Vera, for surviving breast cancer.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy I did too.
I really am. Yeah. I mean, not just for me selfishly, because I love having you in my life as my friend, but for everyone that you help, and all your family. It's like, I'm so glad that you were able to make it. Precious girl. So glad. Yeah. Aloha, Roxanne.
Hi, Roxanne and Marshila.
Hi, Marshila.
Yeah. So it's 20 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank goodness you're here.
Yep. No chemo, nothing. I just thought, nope, this is it. If I'm going to go, I'm going to go, but I'm not doing that.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's me. That was I knew in my heart and soul that it was not coming back.
Wow.
But that was what I decided to do for myself, not for other people. You have to do what you feel is right for you, your fight. And if it includes everything under the sun that you want to do it. Yeah. Because your mindset is the most important thing to keep you, to get you out of it and keep you healthy, that kind of thing. So do what you have to do.
That's good advice. Yeah. Because everybody has their own path.
Yeah, exactly.
And really,
who am I to say?
Well, really, it's in our mindset, like you said.
Yeah, and just get it off your chest. Because it is breast cancer month, but with any cancer, the same thing.
Yeah, because that's one of the things that we've heard or have learned is that
boy, that glare.
It's a really good idea if you can. If there's things that, if you can talk about things and get things off your chest, because that can be a part of sometimes getting breast cancer, is that there's something like a long-held deep secret that we weren't able to get off our chest, or it could be things that bother us, a lifetime built up that we weren't able to
holding on to
get out.
Yeah. So there you go. We all have our path. We all have it. So you have to fight for what you think is right for you. Nobody else can. But they can, do like what you're doing for me, and my family did for me, like encouragement, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's your choice. Because I had a hard time, because back then, if you went against what the doctor said, they just threw me away. It's like I never had to go for a blood test like people that do chemo and all that to keep track of if anything comes back. It was like, okay, you're not in your right mind because you think you don't have cancer or didn't have it, so you don't want chemo, go away. That's the way you were treated, or I was anyway, I should say. Yeah. And I already talked about this before, but they told my family that I was going to die. Because I was in stage 4 breast cancer, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my son was over there, I told you, he said, if you die, I'm going to kill you. So there you go.
He just loves his mom.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, it's understandable.
Yeah. And then, just giving out healing thoughts to people that are going through it right now. We had one of our, I guess you could say, clients that was going to come to our retreat that
Yeah.
can't because of a diagnosis.
Yeah.
So we put her on our prayer list. So if all of you can pray for her, that would be awesome. She has lung cancer. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, that's good to know. It's an amber alert.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So on that happy note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hmm.
Oh, thank
Sorry
you,
to-
Roxanne.
Sorry to hear that, Ashley. She was just
Oh,
saying,
yeah. Yeah. But I mean, we all chart the way we want to go. So, you know, it's something for us to experience and for our family and friends, the same thing. So it's just part of what we chose to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for
thanks,
sure.
Roxanne. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So in essence, I really truly believe that there is a cure, but it's too big business. So they haven't brought it out yet.
Right. The
Yep.
money thing.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. We understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our retreat, that's the other thing
Yes.
we talk about.
Yes. We have our retreat coming up in 2
Mhm.
weeks.
That's so exciting. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
I can't wait
I know.
for us to have some of our soul tribe here. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be nice.
Yeah. I'm really excited about that. Okay. We are the soul tribe
That's
together,
true.
and energy strength is to get stronger.
It does. I mean, that
Absolutely.
rippling effect is amazing. It really is. The energy and everything else. Hi, Elma.
Hi,
And
Elma.
Rose. Ashley.
Hello, Rose.
And Bobby.
Yeah.
And Johnny.
No, we're doing that.
Yeah.
We do that.
I always think about
sometimes.
that when
Yeah.
we do that. Okay.
Okay.
Artwork, anything coming up?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet. So, good things are worth waiting for.
Exactly.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really excited about the retreat, and then of course all the things that Vera and I talk about, past lives. If you want to get a reading or the art and the spiritual art and angels and everything, is on our website at Souls Enlightenment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also put on our prayer list the United States because of what everything we're going through. So
Roxanne has a really great question. Yeah.
Is she psychic or what?
Yeah, I would say.
We just talked about that, Roxanne,
We were
2 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to see if people that come to the retreat want to be part of the show. If they don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We're thinking about having an episode that day.
And then they can join in, or they could just be part of the audience, and
that would
they
be
can
fun.
ask questions or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that would be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What does PK mean?
Where?
Oh,
Let's
see,
see.
Alma agrees, so that's one.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so she likes it. Okay, good.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
great. Okay, Vera. So we are all excited to hear a little bit about today's subject.
Really?
Yes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So
These are going to be quick, so we can talk about other stuff too.
Okay. So I did not know
mysteriously kind.
exactly who Elon Musk was.
Uh-huh.
Hello, mysteriously kind. And so to come to find out that Elon Musk is the person who created PayPal,
Mm-hmm.
and among other things.
Very wealthy.
An entrepreneur,
Mhm.
very wealthy. And it's interesting too, because if I'm not mistaken, he is working on something where we can go out of the...
Go to another planet.
Yes, thank you.
Where the, how would you say it? The average person.
Yeah, the
could
average
afford it.
person could afford
Mhm.
to like travel to I don't know if it's out of to the
I don't know where.
moon or somewhere, space travel. So
Yeah.
it's like he wants to make space travel
Affordable. Isn't that
for us
cool?
everyday folks.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I mean, that's so fascinating. It's not just for himself.
Mm-mm.
He wants to do it and open it up for everyone. So it's really cool. It's a very interesting person.
Yeah.
I mean, he's loaded, right?
Yeah.
But he also wants to share
Yeah.
this wealth by doing
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
because PayPal was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
So I'm really fascinated to hear about what his backstory is.
Yes, me too.
Let's
Well,
find out.
what the first thing that came to me with Elon Musk was I saw him on a ship, and it was like what was it? The Nina, the the Santa Maria, that
Oh,
You
the
know,
exploration
it's
ships.
not Pinto, I know that, but it's another ship too. But he was on that expedition with Christopher Columbus. Is the first thing I saw. But then
Wow.
after that, it was something before that, where he was in Greece, and he followed the philosopher that believed that the Earth was round.
Wow.
So it was way back before, you know, that people thought the Earth was round. They just had that. So he was part of that. He was part of Christopher Columbus. But the thing with Christopher Columbus, I think he had more of an interest in exploring more, where I think Christopher Columbus was more towards what Queen Isabella wanted. It was just, you know, to get more trade and all that stuff. But this Elon guy that was on the ship was really wanting to discover that the Earth wasn't flat, because that's what was thought back then. So he was part of that.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah. And then another one would be like he was with in like, I think it was 1400s,
Really?
late 1400s, that he was around a guy, and he was, I believe, famous now. I don't know if he was back then, but it was, he was a mathematician, but also astronomer. I don't know if they did astronomy back then.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so he was part of that group too. So he's always been a part of something wanting to discover. Like his theme is experiencer.
You know,
So,
it's
yeah.
really interesting too. So here he is, this total explorer, but it's like the new frontier.
Mhm.
I mean, in these other times,
Where
it
is
was
the new frontier?
it was really,
Yeah.
like you mentioned earlier, controversial, right?
Yeah.
Really controversial. I mean, to realize that the Earth was not flat was
Right.
just huge, and then as it goes,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as his soul's progression, and now
Yeah.
here he is now, and
Doing
it's
this.
the new frontier is
Yeah.
space. I mean,
Yeah.
how cool is
Yeah.
that? It's
So those
really
are just a
neat.
few of the ones that he's had. Of course, many different lives that were more mundane, but most of his lives have been something with discovery, finding something new.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's been part of his DNA.
It
Every
certainly
lifetime,
is. It's
yeah.
really neat. It's
He seems like a really neat person. I really don't know that much about him either.
yeah, he does seem like a really cool
Mhm.
person, but it's just fascinating because that's why people will come into this planet to help the rest of us, to
Mhm.
help humanity, to bring this amazing information, to uplift knowledge for everyone
Exactly.
and experience,
Yeah.
and that is fascinating.
Yeah.
And he's here to make it possible for everyone to experience.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's his. You were talking about themes too.
For his is experiencer.
Experience.
Yeah. And then the secondary, what I got was explorer. And I don't even know if that's a theme.
Oh, there is that. It's a theme.
Is it?
That's
Okay.
yeah, because there's a lot more themes than what we thought
Okay.
previously. Yeah, Angus was telling us there's a
I
lot
just took
more
my
themes.
lipstick off. I'm not used to having regular lipstick.
That's okay.
Mine was not good today.
It's still
so
on.
I used
It's
Chrissy's.
still on.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the next one is Neil Degrasse Tyson, right?
Yes. I guess that's how you say it.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Yeah. Okay, he's had several past lives where he was a rigid thinking religious person.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
Because that seems like polar opposite
Opposites.
of what he is in this life.
Yeah. And he was, he had a life where he had some authority in the church and he could denounce people if they asked questions, or, you know, like what we would do with the nuns, and ask a question, you get put in the corner because you just didn't believe.
Right,
you know,
right.
kind of thing. So that's what he did. But then he also had lifetimes where he was with science, but rigid thinking, that he didn't believe in God. You know, so it was rigid from both sides, but he's
I see.
trying to get to the middle, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know what his belief is in this life.
I don't know what his belief is, but I think it's fascinating because
I've seen him on shows and he's very nerdy but cute.
yeah,
Yeah.
he seems like it from what little I know about him, and He seems, well, I just read a little bit, so I don't know
He's
that
very
much.
intelligent.
But it seems
you
like
get.
he seems very just thinking outside the box
Yeah.
and open.
Yeah.
So maybe he's kind of,
That's,
like you said, in the middle. And
well,
just,
he's working through that because he had the
Yeah.
religious like Bill Maher,
right.
and then he's had the rigid. God, there was somebody that just popped in my head. He had the rigid. I mean, it was a scientist. Was that? I don't know what year it was in. Oh,
Did you write it down?
I put Galileo. I don't know who that is. I mean, I know who it is, but I don't know
Who he was.
what he represented.
Right.
I know it was something. God, I feel so dumb.
No.
I forgot what he did.
No pressure.
I know.
On the spot. Spotlight. No, don't worry.
But I mean, he was not Galileo.
Right.
But he was under him. He believed in his
in the circle or
whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Oh gosh.
The main
Yeah,
thing
and
that
I
he
don't
was putting
know
out there.
if Galileo believed in God or not. I'm not sure. But
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
And that's what's so interesting. What she was just talking about, Bill Maher. We did a past life episode on him. If you haven't seen it, it's really interesting. You might want to search our videos for Bill Maher. But he had a life as well where he was really, really into a religion, and in the church and everything. Mm-hmm. And that was interesting because he was so extreme in that life, and then this life it was extreme on the other side. Yeah. So that's an interesting comparison that she's making. If you haven't seen that one, it's a really interesting one too. I think he makes it fun to understand the exploration of science.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we come and we try to learn all aspects of what we want to experience for our soul. So that's part of what he's working through.
Yeah, and it sure seems like
he's really good with. When I saw him, I think it was on Rachel Ray or something, because Amelia loves Rachel Ray. She comes on and she starts kicking her legs. But it was really cute because he was saying stuff and you could tell part of it was like with other people, and he thought it was really funny. He was making jokes. It was really cute.
Oh, that's too cute. Alma was just saying that Neil says that he's agnostic.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because in another time he
was a
in
rigid
God,
religious person,
and another time he didn't believe in God at all. But this agnostic, he's saying that he is claiming neither the belief nor the disbelief.
Exactly.
So I think he's making it in the middle, just like you said.
Yeah.
Now we do have a question or two from some of our viewers.
Okay.
And this one is up here. Well, we have two. Maybe we should do this one first. This one has to do with another planet, and it kind of fits in the theme. So Dylan Do is saying, can you tell us more about the planet Vera, Christina, John, Ammon, and I used to live on?
It's Ammon, Ammon.
Yeah. I'm so surprised that's where we previously met. And that's Dylan too.
We've all met at one point.
Yeah, we certainly have.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know more about it. I don't remember after I say it.
Okay. Well, I
remember Big Crystal.
Yeah, it's interesting because so some of the past lives and things that Vera's talked about before have been on other planets because there are universes upon universes that exist. That's what we believe. And of course, we are not the only planet in all of that happens to have life and also human looking. So we had a life where it began on another planet and we were actually babies because they tried to bring people but they tried to bring people into this world, but it was hard because of the natural spores and things in the air and the earth that created sickness and they would die. So they basically... The adults, right. And so they brought us in as babies. So can you imagine the loving parents on these other planets that loved humanity here on this planet so much that they wanted to help them, that they sent us? Because when they brought us here as babies, they also brought a means for us to be able to communicate with them on the other planet. It was like a crystal.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why you're
huge.
remembering the crystal. See, she loves crystals, so
I
there's
do.
things that stand out for her.
Yeah.
Is the
I do
crystal.
remember that.
But anyway, so this life happened to be where they beamed us into. We came into life in it was in the jungle, like the Amazon kind of an area. And we made it for around, I'd say about 20 years before our bodies started to finally, I don't know what we got, or rejected the planet, and then we actually died off because of it. We got sick and died. But we did live for 20 years, and we really helped the people around us. We helped them with...
But if we were babies, I mean, did they take us in?
Yes.
We were babies or something?
Yes, there was...
Because I was going to say, I don't know how we survived.
Oh, yeah, no, there was definitely... They knew who to leave us with, so to speak, right? To care for us and stuff like that. But life on other planets is very much more evolved, and our psychic ability is a lot higher, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Because we don't have the negativity that we have on this planet there. So we had a thin veil, and we were able to, well, that's with the other side, but we were very psychic, and we were able to communicate with the other planet using the crystal, because crystals are used for harnessing a lot of power, and that was one thing.
Yeah, because I remember it was taller than adults. It was huge.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
But we helped the people that were around us, the different tribes. Angus said we would help them to know when not to go to war, and when it was important to go to war.
We should do that now.
I know.
Oh my
God. I was thinking about that when you were talking about that earlier. Yeah. Anyways, so it was really interesting.
Where's that crystal when we need it?
Yeah, so it's really, really cool though, but we were able to help the people around us. And so that's one of the other things that we've learned along our journey, is that there are other planets that do watch over this one and are trying to help us. Like, for example, not blow ourselves up. So
yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Okay, there was one more question from one of our viewers. Whoops, that was the wrong window. And it was up here, I remember. It was a question from Alex Silvestre. And Alex is saying, I'm bummed that I didn't get to watch the live stream, but I'm watching now. Definitely enriching food for thought that you both have touched on. Speaking of having a form on the other side and the whole aspect of being a certain age all the time, etc. Do you know if we have our own original names on the other side that God gave us when we were created? Similar to how Mother God is known by many names here on earth, but on the other side her name is Asna. Hope you two can reply to this. Okay, and lots of love to you too, Alex.
Yeah, that was cute.
Okay, so answer to that question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, we do have a name that God gave us, but it doesn't mean that we always want to keep that name. We might go by a different name. Like, for example, I asked Angus what his name was on the other side, and he told me, but he didn't like it. He didn't feel like that name. He didn't resonate to it. So he likes to go by his favorite lifetime name, which is Angus. Yeah.
So what is his name?
It wasn't. I think it was like Amish. It was actually close to his name, but he's like, I don't feel like that. I don't.
Mine is Una. Not if somebody's name is Una, I think it's beautiful, but I just did not resonate.
Well, that was your name from the Scottish line.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
So it wasn't. That's right. My name is Fala. Is for what Sylvia.
That is so cute, you guys. That fits her. I swear that fits her because she's you're so cute.
I love Christmas.
Whenever she's accidentally called me, and she's singing, it's so adorable. And like you don't know that you called me, you butt dial.
Oh, butt dial, yeah.
And you're just like, fa la la la. It's so cute. Well, anyway, it fits her. I'm just saying. Okay, so guess what my name is on the other side?
Elizabeth.
Oh no, it's not that.
Oh, okay. What?
It's actually, which I would have never guessed in a million times. Well, it's not my name on the other side, but God named me Anna.
Oh.
But
how did I get Fala?
But
that doesn't even sound like a name.
But God named me Anna, and he Angus instead he nicknamed me Annabella.
Oh.
Yeah, Annabella. I don't know if I go by that or Tristan from our Scottish life.
Oh,
but,
there you go.
Okay, so what is your name that God created? Fala?
Yeah.
I thought that was your soul's tone.
Oh, that's right.
That's your soul's tone.
I don't know what my.
Well, we have to. Well,
yeah.
what's Angus
that's
telling
right. That's
you?
my soul tone.
Well, you got to ask him right now.
What's your soul tone?
I don't know. We have to find
Okay.
out for everyone what their what their names
You
are on
didn't
the
get one
inside
from
and everything.
Sylvia? When
I
we did
wasn't
that?
at that trance.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to ask
Yeah, because I
Angus.
remember somebody was with me that we used to drive together down there, and her name was almost like a fish. She was not happy. I can't remember the name.
This
And
reminds
she goes, at least yours is Fala. Mine is like a fish.
that wouldn't be the most exciting soul tone,
Yeah,
would
no,
it?
yeah.
Well, anyway, so what we're talking about is everybody's soul has a tone, and when you hear that tone, like there's different musical instruments that you're going to resonate to because they're going to hit that tone, and so it's something that the vibration within you, it rises in your soul. Okay, so there's a soul's tone, you have a soul's name that God gave you, but just like Alex was asking, we don't necessarily keep it, and we may not feel like that name like Angus does.
Got it.
So, anyways.
That was that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you wanted to tell our friends today? It's only been 26 minutes. I can't believe it. We're
That is
usually
pretty
like
fast,
double
huh?
that.
Yeah. I mean, next time we may do a little more birthmarks. I'm just not into birthmarks today.
Well,
Sometimes I have to step back from birthmarks.
you have to have a little breather so that you can be all rejuvenated for the next time we do it and all ready for that.
Exactly.
Oh, Angus called me Roxy, but I think he was cute.
Aww.
He does like to nickname people.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Well, my nickname in the Scottish life was Mary.
Well, yeah.
What kind of nickname is Mary? And I asked you.
Well,
What was my real name?
Well, I think, we in that life, we believed in the old ways, right? And that was just when different things were coming about as far as religion was first being introduced, and the concept of Mary, the Blessed Mother, right? And you liked the name. You just loved it. You
Mary?
thought it was a beautiful name.
Yeah, I still
and so
do.
so he called you that.
How do you say that name?
Oh, it's co-tionist, remember?
That's
I
right.
remember
She
this.
showed us last time.
I remember
That's
this.
right. She wrote it down for us phonetically. That was good.
Yeah. Love
We
you
love
too.
you too. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's probably it.
Okay, because I was going to ask for prayers for one of my former students from Sylvia's hypnosis class, hypnosis training center. She's having a really hard time. She has that disease where her eyes are slowly going blind, and I remember Myrna had that.
Yeah.
She has the same thing, but she's very young. I believe she's in her early 30s or something.
Okay.
Or 40s
Can I ask
now.
a question?
Sure.
I'm just curious. Okay. So she has this, it's a disease that's happening to her.
Mm-hmm. And it's really becoming more rapid now.
Okay. Do you feel, is there something you think that she doesn't want to see in her life, or do you think it's cell memory? I mean, obviously it sounds like something that she might have charted.
Yeah.
Do you think is it compounded with cell memory from another lifetime?
Yeah. But she went, I think it was she went away for a week, and I think it was work related or something. She came back and her apartment was ransacked. She was burglarized. And she's right now not able to go to work as much anymore because she can't see.
Okay.
So it's really causing her to have less of an income, because if she's not there, she doesn't get paid. I don't believe they have sick leave, or she's used it all or whatever. So no, she's not diabetic. So she's really, really down because she had things that she wanted to sell to help her get more money to survive. But she's losing her apartment. She's not going to be able to afford it. So I was just asking for prayers for her, that that she can get the help that she needs. And she's going around to all these different pawn shops and stuff to see if they've tried to pawn her stuff. But I told her they're not from the area. They're going to go somewhere else to pawn the stuff.
Yeah.
Or keep it because they like it, whatever. But yeah. No, you don't have to have their permission. Okay, you do have to have their permission, what she's trying to say. It's just that you can send prayers to people. It's up to them soul-wise if they want to accept it.
Exactly.
So there's a difference. So you don't have to ask. You can send it. If they don't want it, they don't have to accept it.
Exactly.
That's how much power we have over what we want to have in us.
Experience.
Yeah, experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, we did kneel already.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. So later, co-kindness, after this video is done and it's uploaded properly on the
You can see it then.
yeah, on our channel, then you can go back and you
Yeah.
can see him. He's more in the
Yeah. So
middle.
I was just asking because she's really, I was trying to give her upbeat situations that things will work out, and it's she's just not having it. So
Oh, really?
yeah, and she's such a sweet person. She's really awesome. She's amazing. I mean, she's had so many different things happen too. 'Cause she was trying to help somebody with they dropped their purse, and she was with another friend, and so she went and asked if people around there if they lost something. She didn't let them see what it was, so she didn't want them to say, "Oh yeah, that's mine." They needed to describe what it was. So she went into the bathroom and she asked people in there if anybody had lost a purse. Well, a couple of ladies came out and said, "You stole my purse. I've been looking for that."
Oh God, I remember this story.
They called the police on them. Yeah, and the police came and they were treating Kathy and her friend like they were thieves. So the police took down the information from the lady that had the car because she was the one that was holding the purse. So they had to go to court and all that stuff. And she was like, "I don't want to help people now." And that's just part of what we experience too. And you can't allow that to happen.
Wow.
You just have to know. But she was trying to do a good thing.
Yeah.
And then they claimed they had $2,000 in the purse. And it was just like,
That's horrible.
yeah. So that's part of stuff.
Wow. That's the thing. It's like this world right now.
Exactly, Elma. Right on.
What'd she say?
She goes, all the more reason to vote so we don't lose affordable health care.
Amen.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah.
She's right.
Well, you could just send it to Vera's former student. I don't want to say her name because I don't have permission to.
Yeah, well, God knows.
Yeah, God knows.
I mean, God's
So
connected
just-
to all of us, the angels.
Just say, God, send it to that person that Vera's talking about.
It's the intent. It'll make it to the
Okay,
the,
you can do that too.
the right recipient.
Yeah, she's tried everything, and I know there's going to be something that's going to retard the progression of that disease, but I don't know if it's going to be in time for her. I was hoping it was, but I'm not sure it is as fast as it's progressing for her. Because sometimes it's not as fast, but hers is really going.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Wow, okay. Well, prayers to her.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll appreciate it too. Because I told her we have her on our prayer list for SE, and she was happy about that. Mm-hmm. So I just want extra prayers for her too.
Yeah, one of the things I like to do when I send prayers to, and we're all different, but I like to visualize what I want for that person to feel. Like, gosh, guess what happened? And having this joy of this is amazing thing that happened for me, and to create the feeling of it, because feeling goes farther than thought.
Exactly.
Which is fascinating. But because we're on an emotional plane, the emotion is stronger and it travels farther, which is interesting. Do the angels accept what I have just done? Oh, angels are definitely carriers of goodness. They are messengers for us. They take healing and all kinds of, whatever our intent is of goodness, the angels help to channel that to the recipient because they are God's fingers working in our lives. So definitely.
I see Rose was talking about her brother-in-law too. He had the same. He lost his vision before.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's very, trying, but I told her, you're going to be able to use other senses as well. I mean, how do blind people do it?
That's true.
So I know it's just because I would hate, that would be one of the things, when I had that thing in my eye and I had to have that patch and I couldn't see because they had that stuff in my eyes, it's scary.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know where to go. John wasn't in the waiting room waiting for me. So I'm like going,
where was he?
He's out doing whatever, came back later, but it's like, because I couldn't make it out the door. The story of my life.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, angels will take the prayers too, and it really is. The soul will not accept it if it doesn't want it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But if it's an opportunity in the chart for the person, then especially when you really want it,
Yeah. I mean,
they
and
are
just
going
to
to
give her
appreciate
hope,
it.
you know, just to give her
Yeah,
hope, or
absolutely.
people with that disease or any disease,
Yeah.
you know, just to feel that they have love coming towards them or something to latch on to, you know,
Yeah.
to give them
You know, that's
strength.
exactly what my mom was talking about this morning. She felt, because I know she's watching, is that
Hi,
she
Mary.
felt so much hope this morning.
Yeah.
That things are going to improve.
And can you imagine that after what we've seen about this guy sending bombs and all that stuff?
Yeah, right.
You know, and I think I said it before, it's going to get bad. It's
Right.
going to get worse than it is now. But and Sammy brought this up to me before because she was told when she had, I forgot what she had, but the doctor told her she was on the mend or something. I don't know, Sammy, if I'm saying this right, but that it's going to get worse before it gets better. That
Right.
happens a lot with illnesses and
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. And like Angus had said once, that there's always hope.
yeah, exactly. Oh, that's awesome. That's the
cool.
most important thing, Roxanne, is to give her heart something to hold on to.
Yeah, because whatever it is that is going on with us emotionally and mentally, it can really affect our body. So if we have that positive to focus on, like hope or something that we can just hope for the future, something,
Yeah,
then it can create our body to be better, to respond better.
exactly.
Yeah, and the universe around us for that matter.
Amen, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And like we were talking about earlier, stay strong this week. And it's going to get better. It's a good message to end on. There's always hope. We love you. Thank you, Angus. All right.
Alrighty, guys. You have a great weekend and rest of the week.
Stay
It's
enlightened.
sometimes hard to say that.
Yeah, it is.
Rest of the week. Sound like that Wascal on Bugs Bunny.
Well, all right.
See you soon, Elma. Yeah.
Love you guys.
Oh, there goes my lipstick. Or your lipstick, I should say.